So, impressions about this video?
Um, it's like pretty relaxed. It's pretty tranquil.
It's tranquil. I think I don't know. We've done like other focus groups today. I don't like the contrast between the music and the images being shown. I think that the music's too tranquil for the adventure type scenes that they're going for. I think that I don't know. I wonder who their audience is with this commercial. Ultimately.
Sophie, what do you think? What do you feel?
I like the images. They're very pretty.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's kind of slow.
Mm-hmm. Slow, yeah.
And there's a lot of the nature, but not as much of the people.
Yeah, Rex?
I thought it's just kind of boring. Like, just slow. It's a little bit dark. The music is slow. I don't like the man's voice in it. Like, it has a lot of potential. It has really pretty images and stuff. But I think they could have done more with it.
You think this putting yourself in the Super Bowl environment, like you are drunk and
Oh, when
partying,
I saw this commercial come down, I was pumped.
when you saw the Super Bowl, yeah, it taught you, or it's like boring just in that environment when.
Yeah, that's a good question, because I think that compared to other Super Bowl commercials,
I think it's forgettable.
It's too slow. Like a lot of beer commercials that play in the Super Bowl are very upbeat and loud with bright colors. But then this one comes on, like in between that, I could see people being like bored going to the bathroom. Right?
Yeah, it's like a time to take a beer or something like that. Okay.
Yeah, because compared to other commercials, it's probably just very boring.
Have you seen this commercial before? Or?
The Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
I don't know. After being here, this is my second semester here. After being here and seeing the country, I don't think it's a good representation. Ecuador is a lot more fun and beautiful than it's made out to be in those commercials.
Okay, these how many months have you been here? Or year? 1 month, only one. Does this commercial inspire you to travel more or not?
Here to Ecuador or come back?
Not any more than what I wanted to. Does that make sense? I guess being here, I already know all this stuff. It doesn't make me want to travel more.
If other people see this commercial, do you think that it inspires to travel people here?
I think that it's a lot like every other commercial for travel. So a lot of the images not the same thing, but you'll see an image of an animal, an image of a city, an image of a waterfall in any commercial for any place. Doesn't matter, Michigan, a state in the United States. It's the same thing. They pick stock images, and it's pretty much the same thing because it just kind of blends in with the rest of them. Pure Michigan. I just think of Michigan. It's just the slogan, and it's very similar to that in that it's the same images you see it's the same as any other country, and when you think of it that way.
I do think we're all a different kind of audience because we're the type of people who are gonna study abroad and live somewhere out of our comfort zone. We're gonna be more into adventures type things if you want to stereotype it. And I think the people they're trying to get at are the people who like to drink out of a coconut on the beach. So while I agree it wasn't really eye-catching, I think it was appropriate for the type of people they're trying to get.
And it put the name of Ecuador in people's heads.
Yeah. Before they're I never thought maybe
to go there. Yeah.
Do you really think people watching this commercial are going to think about Ecuador?
And traveling to here?
And travel or nothing? Because you seem to think it's a bit boring, or not?
Well, to me it is, but like I said, my perspective's a little different.
Yeah, I think it was just a very relaxed commercial, and I think that it might have been good for the Super Bowl in that it's kind of a contrast from the rest of them, so maybe it did stand out on another side of that spectrum. But I think that my parents saw the commercial and they didn't really have a response to it. Being sitting watching the Super Bowl, they're like, oh, we saw the commercial for Ecuador, but I think they'd like rather just see my pictures on Facebook. You know, I don't know. I think that it definitely puts the name in people's heads, though. I think more than a lot of people wouldn't even think Ecuador, and then they see this and they're like, oh.
Think of more upbeat songs. Sounds kind
yeah.
of, you know what I mean? Like if you have something more
Maybe a
like,
Spanish song.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well, that's the next question. Do you think the question like blends in the commercial?
The song.
Because it is about it's a Beatles song, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't blend in the commercial, or do you think it does?
I don't think so. I think that there's it doesn't.
Like it fits in the commercial.
Yeah. I don't think so. I like that they tried to use like the marimba as like a cultural instrument of here, kind of, but nobody would know that regardless. It's like you don't hear the song and you're like, wow, that sounds like Ecuador. I hear that and think like, wow, that sounds like I'm listening to the Beatles in my house. Like, it's just not. I don't think it adds anything to the commercial.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of catchy though. Everybody knows the song. Like maybe it'll get stuck in your head, and you'll be like, oh. And then the guy's voice, you're like, oh, Ecuador. All you need. Maybe if you want a nice, relaxing vacation to Ecuador that kind of looks like Europe in this commercial.
Yeah.
Then like I don't know, maybe you'll like stop by for a visit.
Yeah, Sophie, what do you think about it? About the song?
Song. Yeah, I think it could be more upbeat. Like they chose an even slower version of the original, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
From what I know correctly of the original
So,
song. It's just like at least do the original song, you know?
And Nicole?
I just think, yeah, the music's too slow. I think it should have been Spanish music, just to make sense. I mean,
Like something more typical from here.
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
upbeat.
So this commercial didn't get even in the top 20 of the commercials. Are you that amaze you, or like it's like how do you say
Disappointed.
yeah, it's disappointing that it's not even in the top 20. Do you think
But it
it
deserves
was that
to be.
good
Top 20
to
what?
be in the top 20 commercials?
You know
Like
what
just
we watched
overall?
this week?
Yeah, it's in overall of the Super Bowl. It didn't make it even in the top 20. So is that like a thing you see coming when you watch
Something that
this,
you expected with you.
the commercial, or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's competing with commercials that are like direct, like purposefully trying to make you laugh.
Yeah.
You know, and
like
like
you can't compete with some of them.
yeah, like it's.
Budweiser.
It'd be really hard for a commercial like this to like compete with a commercial that's like just really, really funny or really, really shocking.
For the Super Bowl specifically.
Yeah.
Say-
And a lot of the big companies that win top 10 have been going for 10, 20 years, so they know exactly what people like.
Doritos.
They've had failed commercials, they've had really great commercials, everything like that, like they can really apply to the audience that's watching. Versus this is the first one that Ecuador's done. I think it's a good start, but like you can't expect it to be a perfect top 10 commercial when this is their first.
So you think that this commercial is not in the same category that the other ones?
Yeah, because those are big American companies. It's like very different.
I don't know if like the Super Bowl was the correct platform for a commercial like this. I feel like I don't know, like it would be. I get the sentiment, like you want it because that's when the most people see it. But they spent billions of dollars on something, and it was like it wasn't really well received. So I think in that sense, it's kind of disappointing for like Ecuador because it was so expensive. But like they said, it doesn't really fit with the vibes of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's too like calm. Like they should have like a joke in there or something, or like some cute kid laughing. You know, like something like more upbeat, like
cute kid laughing.
yeah, a cute Ecuadorian kid or something, or some cheap
Heartwarming, something like,
yeah, or like someone playing on the beach, or like punting, like someone like freaking out, and like, oh my gosh, I'm punting, and then it goes into like, I have a commercial.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wow, Trey, you should make a commercial for Ecuador.
All right, then.
Pretty heartwarming.
So, Kim, what do you think about it?
I think, yeah, I mean, I agree with everyone who's sitting here. I mean, there's good things and bad things about having the commercial in the Super Bowl. One of the perks is that people actually sit down and watch the commercials for the Super Bowl. So I think if there's a time that people are going to see it and you want a lot of people to see it, it was a good choice. But also, in contrast to everything else, it might have gotten lost in the scheme of other commercials. So I think that it doesn't surprise me that it wasn't top 20 just because, yeah, like Sophie said, people have been doing this for years. There's favorites. Like I look forward to the Doritos commercial. I look forward to the Budweiser commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dog and the horse one? Is that Budweiser?
Yeah.
Best buds.
So you haven't looked forward to this video?
Look forward.
You didn't see again this video? You didn't play it again?
Yeah, I did.
I did
Watched
actually.
a lot.
Yeah.
No, but besides of the
Yeah.
besides of the focus group, you ever watch it again or no?
I haven't seen it before today, actually.
That was something it did help with because when I was going to Ecuador, everyone's like, "Oh, you're going to Africa?" No, not going to Africa. And now everyone knows it's in South America. So.
What?
Wait, is that actually?
Because the World Cup, the whole team was Ecuadorian, so everyone thought it was.
Yeah, everyone was.
Yeah, I got that too. Someone said, you're like, oh, cool, Africa. I was like, no.
No, it is.
This is South America.
I mean,
It's actually really fun.
Yeah.
So a lot of Ecuadorian guys have told us that the commercial lacks of these catchy things that has like Volkswagen commercials, like Doritos commercial. You agree with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like total.
Yeah.
'Cause that's what people want. And a lot of people don't like football, but watch the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And for a lot of those people, it's like the commercials that are like, why? They still really enjoy it because they love the commercials.
Yeah.
You know? And so it's like, the commercials are essentially like part of the Super Bowl, like part of the show. And then to have like a catchy line in there or something like that, just like makes it memorable. Because people, this is like the only time of the year where people are literally like focusing on the commercials and like judging every single one.
Yeah, Nicole.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So in general, what is your opinion about the commercial and all this placement in the Super Bowl?
Like your conclusion.
Oh, one word.
No, not
No,
one
in a
word,
conclusion
but
in
just
general,
give
what
us
do you
a
think?
conclusion if it was okay or it
I think
wasn't.
it was disappointing. Is a good word to use. Celine's ability. Disappointing just because I think that there's so much about Ecuador that I think but it's different because we're here and we know like there's so much more than in 30 seconds of a commercial. But like even my parents, like they're like, oh, we saw the commercial. That was it. They didn't like say, oh, it was so cool or like I want to visit now or anything like that. I think that ultimately it was just it was good, but that's it. It was good.
What do
I
you think?
think generic would be a good word because if they didn't say Ecuador, it could have been anywhere in tropical Spanish-speaking America. Like, I mean, there was really because Ecuador is so like biodiverse and there's so much to do. Like even when you will go to the airport, it's like Galapagos specific, and like that wasn't really portrayed very well there. You know?
Yeah, it's like 4 countries in one.
Yeah.
Like that should have been the slogan.
And
That sounds so cool.
And like more fast. I don't know. I'm really into music with commercials, and that just really got to me. It was like need to be like fast paced and like fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of like
Okay.
your beach. Oh, something ethnic.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You, Sophie?
I would say it was very nature oriented and animal oriented, and maybe that's the type of people they're trying to attract. But to me, it wasn't as interesting as it would have been to see more culture in people.
You? You go?
Yeah, I just think it was just very slow. It was just not that interesting. And then I think that being here, like, they have so much potential to do something with that, and they didn't really do enough. Like, they needed it to be, I think it should have been way more upbeat, better music.
Okay.
But just having a commercial, any sort of commercial on the Super Bowl is still a big deal, even if it's not on the top 20, I think.
So it's a good start for Ecuador to put a commercial.
Yeah.
Rex. Yeah, I don't think it was a failure. I think it's good. I think probably a lot of people saw Ecuador and are now like thinking about Ecuador. A lot of people like probably looked up Ecuador because it was commercial.
Yeah.
I mean that's good. A lot of people shared it on Facebook. I mean it's not all about just like how justice was received. Like there's so many other platforms that just getting Ecuador out into the market, just the name, just the country, just a few cool things. You could have done really good. Especially in the Super Bowl, one of the most watched, or probably the most watched event in, besides World Cup, I think, the most watched thing in the world. So I don't know, I think it'll probably, I mean, I think it could pay off for sure, like the amount of money, like, you know, what, cost-benefit analysis, like, I don't know, like I think it wasn't a failure, but it could have, like, if it had caught the attention a little better, maybe it could have been better. But I still think it was good.
Okay, thanks guys. We really appreciate you here today.